What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 365 of Unscripted. Yes, this episode marks an entire year full of episodes we've done across our Facebook, our YouTube platforms, and also here recently on Twitch, and as well as Twitter and all the other platforms out there you can check us out on. And my gosh, it's been a journey, Jay. We've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of good times, a lot of bad times, but we have made it an entire year full of episodes. Of course, I'm going to be your host and producer tonight, Logan Landers. And joining me, as always, a man who's been here for, I would say, 350 at least of the 365, Jay McLove. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, 365th episode, man. I didn't know if we'd ever get to this point, but we have. We have gotten there, and it has been one hell of a ride, and ups and downs, lefts and rights. And, man, I tell you, Logan, it's amazing. Man, a lot of good people, interviewed a lot of good people. I've had a lot of good guests on lots of different networks we've been a part of, and it's just been amazing. And I'm looking forward to the next 365.
Oh, dude, I am fully with you on that. Well, before we get the show started, we just want to go through, of course, our usual routine. Check us out on social media, Facebook at Unscripted, Twitter or X.com, whatever Elon Musk is calling it nowadays, at Unscripted Guys. And, of course, Unscripted Sports on the following TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitch. And before we get things rolling here, check out Stat Guy Says number 9. He did a preview of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. A great read if you're not super familiar with that conference like I was, like Jay was. And, like I said, it's a great read, man. It's great work from Dustin, as always. And, man, Jay, today's a special episode because, you know, this isn't just our regular close to home followed by some segments. We figured this episode needs a special occasion. So this is the first ever, probably annual, we'll have to figure out what days exactly, but the first ever, Jay, Unscripted award show. And we will get into the categories, the winners and whatnot here in just a little bit. But, Jay, I think it's time to play our intro. And you're going to have to watch this one a little bit closely because this is a very, very special one, near and dear to both myself, Jay, and the rest of all of our friends and family at Unscripted's hearts. So, without further ado, Jay, here we go.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the new stuff. You cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough
You never guess. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, 'cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough
Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me.
Well, Jay, the cat is out of the bag, my friend. It is. It's now official. Our new network we've been working on here in the last couple of months is going to be coming very soon. Called, and let me get the logo pulled up here so you all can nice and see how it looks, and you can see we are going in a similar route, but also slightly different. The Elite Sports and Entertainment Network, ESE, and we're not trying to get sued or nothing. So as you can see, of course, sports is our main forte, what we've done for 365 episodes and then some, but we figured we need to branch out into the entertainment world, whether that means music, pop culture, movies, name it, cooking. I mean, anything else in the world. That way we're not just as a sports network. We want to branch out and just get different views, different perspectives on a lot of different stuff. And man, it feels good to finally, after working on that for quite some time, doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, finally get everyone out there and show them what we've been working with, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think everybody's excited with the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network coming very soon. It's been a long ride with a lot of good people. And by the way, if you are interested in being a podcaster with us, check us out. You can go to the Unscripted Facebook page, drop us a message there, and we'll get back to you. And we'll get that process rolling if you have a desire to want to be a podcaster.
Yes, we are taking applications, of course. Like you said, Jay mentioned, comment on the video or go and give us a DM on any of our social platforms, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Jay, before we give another big announcement, let's go through our comments here real quick. John Sugg saying, well, Logan, can you let me borrow that broom in the corner? Sweet hashtag Go Braves. And yeah, John, it feels great to beat the Yankees here tonight, 2-0. Charlie Merton with a great game on the mound. Also, John, thanks for the compliment on the intro we worked on. Glenn Richardson saying, is someone getting slapped Will Smith style tonight? Unless it's virtually, I don't think so. John also saying Jay is sponsoring hymns for that glorious hair. And our boy Sanders saying, congratulations, fellas. Yeah, we appreciate it, Sander, for all the continued love and support. Well, Jay, I'll let you handle this one, actually, my brother. So, as you see, we got the new network ready to roll. You've seen some of these people on Unscripted, but Jay, I think it's time we make two very special people official members of Unscripted, as well as the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. And also, this is news to them also. I mean, so if they're watching, you get the live reaction, but if not, of course, we're going to give them a DM personally. But Jay, go ahead and let the fans know who we have coming on board.
Yeah, the first one, as you've already seen, lots of sport content and articles that have been put out over Facebook. The guy is just a phenomenal wizard with information. I honestly, to this day, don't know how he stores that much knowledge up in the brain. It blows my mind. But if you read his articles are very informative. They're very thought-provoking, and I'm so excited to have him as part of the team. And his name is Stat Guy Dustin Reese. Is now an official 100% member of Unscripted, and I'm looking forward to see where we go with him, what he does, how he does it, and it's just going to be an amazing ride with him joining the team. The second one is a guy who's very near and dear to my heart. We've shared the battlefield of combat together with the Rakasans of the 133 Cav out of the 101st Airborne 3rd Brigade, and he's an IT guy, James Lamons, but we call him Oz. I can't remember the whole last part of his name because he always makes everything so damn complicated. So I just call him Oz. Oz, you know who you are. You are now 100% official, a part of our team, and he always just gives me a bag of crap about my Astros because he's a Rangers guy. But you know what? If I'm not getting it from Frankie and I'm not getting it from him, I probably wouldn't feel loved here at the network. So it's good to have both of these guys. They both bring different talents, different strengths, and different personalities to the group. And it's just going to be amazing where we go from here, man.
Yeah, man, I'm super pumped for both Stat Guy and Oz to be officially joining the team. They've done a lot of great work for us, Jay, over the last few months, and we are super pumped and proud of them to be joining our brand new network here coming soon. Don't have an official date yet, but it is definitely going to be coming down the pipeline very quickly. Sander also saying, don't worry, Sander. Frankie the Yankee, of course, original member of Unscripted. He is definitely coming along with us. Don't you worry about that. So yes.
Oh no, yeah, Frankie, them dude, those are the original guys. Everybody's still there now.
I'd say the original three, we're still rolling. Don't you worry.
By the way, I cannot have Sander in the comment selection without me saying his name properly, the way I like to say it. Sander Arroyo Sanchez is
John
in the house.
Suggs, Jay. Since you mentioned someone roasting you, he also had to get in on that. Woke up late last night and heard a noise outside my window. Oh wait, it was trash can lids.
It's okay, John.
Hey, John, you're lucky we're in a good mood today.
You know what? It's okay, man. Listen, I don't care. We are the Houston Trash Cans. You know what? We're still going to the World Series.
Hey, there you go. That's it. Hey, a win is a win, my brother. It didn't get taken away.
Hey, Logan. What does they say? Hey, any publicity is good publicity, negative or positive. You still know who the Astros are now.
That is, Jay. That's a tremendous point. All right, well, Jay, like I said, great. Like I said, happy to finally get that out. But it's time. It's time for our main course tonight. So, like I said, we're doing something different. We figured we kind of had to, and so we are going to be doing our first ever unscripted award show. So what we've done is we've gotten the three main sports of baseball, football, and basketball: the NBA, MLB, NFL, and NBA. And we have figured out 4 categories for tonight's show. So we have the biggest bag fumbler, someone who could have got a lot of money, but they kind of screwed it up, Jay. We also have the worst kept secret, something that was plain and obvious as can be that actually happened. Next topic is the biggest crybaby, someone who we just could not stand watching over these last few months and years and was just getting all of our nerves pretty much. And the final category is the least likely to succeed. And Jay, this is a little graphic I made here for us here, brother. Let me, look at that. Even have the, there we go. And the winner is, nice little graphic I threw together in 5 minutes, but it is there. So Jay, let's see. We do have, we did get some comments in from, I believe, Dustin as well as Oz. So for Dustin, Jay, for the biggest bag fumble, he went with Ja Morant, which, I mean, we talked extensively about the stuff that Ja has went through this past season, gun charges, assault, all of that stuff. And so he missed out on a lot of money. So that is Dustin Reese, a.k.a. Stat Guy's biggest bag fumble of the year for the NBA. Jay, who is your pick for the biggest bag fumbler in the NBA?
Yeah, man, he really he took mine. I was so mad when he put Ja Morant up there. How do you not fumble that bag, man? I'm trying to think. There's so many guys that have gotten the bag, man. I would say I'm going to go, and I'm only going to go with this guy because I feel like had he taken better care of his body, that he would be getting a good bag. And I'm gonna go with Zion Williamson. I don't think Zion is ever gonna get the bag now because he just is out of shape. He doesn't take care of himself, and so I'm gonna go with Zion. And I'm really torn because I feel like AI probably could have got a better bag too had he had taken better care of his image. I felt like he missed out on a lot of endorsements because of all the stuff that he was involved with. So for me, it's kind of a toss-up between those two. And also, I'm going to throw a third one in there, and only because I feel like his shenanigans really kind of screwed him, and that was the boy Ron Artest.
Ooh, that's a good one. So actually, let me make a correction here. Oz picked Ja Morant for his biggest bag fumble, and Dustin's was Jonathan Taylor. So that was his selection. So that's a solid one. For me, Jay, for the NBA, I'm going to go back a little bit and go Dennis Schroeder. We all know that.
Oh, yeah.
He,
that's a good one. Oh, no, that's a real good one.
Jay, he turned down, I believe it's a 4-year, $85 million deal and ended up signing a 1-year deal for about $6 million. So that was my pick for the NBA for the biggest bag fumbler. let's keep moving. Let's go on to.
Wow, that's a good one. Can I change my answer now? God, that's a good
well,
one.
there's no right or wrong answer. So
no, but that is a good one. You know what? I forgot about Schroeder though. I mean, like he really did fumble that bag big time.
Yeah, man, it was.
I still think Ron Artest could have got so much more money, and AI could have got so much more money had they just kept their nose clean, man. They really could have got a lot more.
Yeah, I totally understand you on that one. All right, let's go over to the MLB. John Suggs has two of them here. He says the New York Mets in general. That's a great pick. He said could be Wander Franco, but I know he had.
Yes, I was just about to say that. This Wander Franco, how does he not in there?
But he did also say he's not sure what's in his clause. He could get that money. We don't know yet.
I don't think he does. Bro, if they ban him out of baseball, how could you possibly pay that? I think that would void it.
Yeah, that's
I get what you're saying. There could be maybe language that regard. I just can't imagine a ball club saying, "Hey, look, I don't care what you do, we're going to pay you." I don't think that would happen. I don't think there's a clause like no franchise would put something like that in there, would they, Logan? I mean,
I honestly, man, I have no clue.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. Who is your biggest bag fumbler when it comes to sports in baseball?
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna say this for a reason. I felt like, and it's not because they fumbled it. I think it's just because they settled. I felt like Bregman when he re-signed with the Astros. I felt like if he had tested free agency, I think he would have got a lot more money with the Astros. I think he's a bag fumbler. You know who else I think was a bag fumbler? Was Montero. If you look at Montero, who was part of the World Series bullpen, also had 2 no-hitters. He signed like a Logan. I think it was like less than $20 million. They got him back for less than 20. I think he goes out on the open market. He gets way more than what the Astros gave him. So I think the Astros really got lucky because they got some loyal guys. Okay, but at the same time, but I will say this: if you really want to know, if we're specifically talking about who screwed up, I'm going to go with Bauer. Trevor Bauer.
That's a good one, yeah.
If we're talking about people who screwed up. But if you're talking about people who conceded the money to stay with the team, then I'm going with Bregman and Montero. But then Bauer really screwed his life up.
So Ohtani, yeah. So John Suggs says Ohtani, and that's one I feel that it's a good pick.
But he hasn't fumbled it yet.
No, he has. I think what John is saying is the Angels, perhaps. How they
the Angels fumbled that bag.
Yeah, the Angels did. My God, the Angels did. He's
not staying in L.A. At least not with that team. He might switch over to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious, man, to see what's going to happen here. But
let's say this. Let me say one thing. But if Ohtani signs for less than $700 million, I think he fumbles the bag.
Ooh.
I think Ohtani would sign a 12-year, $715 million contract.
You think
that's what I think. That's if I'm him. And if you want to say $600 million at 10 years, okay, I'll give you that too. But if he signs for less than $600 million at 10 years, he definitely fumbled that bag. Being a two-way player, he definitely fumbled that bag.
Okay, all right. So for me, Jay, I did some research on this, but I went a little old school. And a guy who I know, honestly, who's our resident Texas Rangers fan, knows about this guy, Jay. Juan Gonzalez, if you remember him from back in the day.
Yes, I do. I think he was part of the Houston Astros.
Yep. He had a really good season. He had a really good career, honestly. But So what happened? He was traded from the Rangers to the Tigers, and he was offered, Jay, $140 million over 8 seasons, which was at the time the highest in baseball, and he did not take it. He turned it down thinking he could get even more in free agency. And Jay, guess how much he signed for next year with Cleveland for just 1 season?
It wasn't much.
$10 million. $10 million.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
So talk about a bag fumble. You were going to get $140 million, and you got 10. So
we also put due to Carlos Correas' bad leg. Can we put he fumbled?
Oh my God! Bag? Yeah, he fumbled like 4 bags from 4 teams.
He fumbled it not once but twice. Look at the man leaves Minnesota to go to San Fran to accept their big contract, only to get screwed over by the medical reports that didn't get picked up by the Mets, screw that one up by his medical reports, only to end up back where he started at with the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, wow. It was something, Jay. Wow. It was that was a whole ordeal. So we got a few more comments here. John said the Angels could have gotten 2 pitchers, a slugger, and 2 first-rounders for Ohtani. I mean, he probably could have got more, honestly, for that guy. He said it's going to be $625 million for 10 years coming this offseason. That's what John believes he will be getting paid.
Yeah, it depends on if he goes 10 or if he goes 12. If he goes 12, then it needs to be over $700 million. If he goes 10, anywhere north of 600, then he's good. I will tell you one other person I think that really fumbled the bag. Yeah, and it wasn't so much in his playing days as it was in his coaching career, and that was Pete Rose.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
If he doesn't have bet on those games, how much longer and how much more money would he have gotten managing and also in endorsements had he not done that?
That is that's good, man. I like that. So, all right. Well, yay. Let's go over to the NFL.
Oh, one more.
Go ahead.
I got the one more. Bob Huggins.
That's a good one, Coach Bob.
On the college level, yo, Bob, bruh, that took $1 million from you. Then you go and get a DUI and lose the whole damn thing, and it wasn't even a year. Like they Bob, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point, Jack.
Okay, that was the last one. Let's go.
Oh, no, you're good. All right, NFL. Who's someone who really screwed up and fumbled that bag?
Oh, well, Jonathan Taylor, I think you said that one right off the get.
Yeah, that was that came in from John.
Can we say Ryan Leaf?
Ooh, that's good.
Can we say anybody that's affiliated with Ohio quarterbacks?
Oh, yeah, you ain't right. Yeah. That's facts.
No, but yeah, if we're talking, I think we talk football. I'm gonna go Ryan Leaf just because that guy. Oh no. Not that I'm gonna stay away from Ryan because Ryan Leaf definitely fumbled the back because he wasn't as committed. But I'm gonna go with this guy only because he had everything in his fingertips and he just threw it all away right from jump. And it's because he got too much fame, too quick, and he couldn't handle it. And that was Johnny Manziel.
Oh, that's who I was thinking, Jay. I need to watch that new documentary he's got.
I watched it. It's very informative and enlightening.
Yeah. Well, hopefully,
so I would say watch that for sure.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully he's doing better now. All these years removed from the game. Hopefully he's gotten his act cleaned up and is on the right track now. We all hope. But yeah, that's definitely one who I thought, man, coming out of college, he looked like the next superstar.
Yeah.
At the quarterback position, but unfortunately, like I said, he had some off the field issues and that translated over into the into the field. And John Suggs, Jay, I think took the cake with this one. AB Antonio Brown.
Oh, jeez, Louise, yes.
Well, honestly, John, that was going to go to probably the biggest cry. That one, I had that one going for the NFL version of the biggest crybaby, Jay. I had to. So that's my early pick for that one.
Hey, I just want to say this, though. Can we say Le'Veon Bell cheated the bag? In other words, he got the bag, and then he said, hell with life. And
hey, if you're talking about
scrub.
Hey, if you're talking about cheating the bag, can't forget the all-timer, Albert Haynesworth, back in the day. 2010 with Washington. He signed that giant contract and didn't do nothing. His biggest play for them was I think he slipped and he stayed on the ground for like 10 seconds. and
in all honesty, I think this guy fumbled the bag, but I want to go back to the Astros. Remember I told you the Astros were so loyal to their team that they forego a lot of money, so they fumbled it in that sense. I think Tom Brady fumbled the bag.
Oh, okay.
Because look, this is the best guy in all of football. But his biggest downfall, and when we talk fumbling the bag, we're talking about giving up the dollars. Was he was so loyal to getting those Super Bowls that he gave up a lot of the bag, at least on the football contract. Not so much in he got all that endorsement money for sure.
Easy.
But on the football side, he could have got so much more money on another team had he actually wanted the bag.
That's a good point. That's a great point, Jay. All right, let's move over to our next topic here. Let's go with let's go biggest crybaby. So let's get our boys. Dustin, he said James Harden. So that was his for basketball. So James Harden, biggest crybaby. That ain't a bad one. Let's see. For me, Jay, kind of a toss-up between a few guys here.
Right.
In the recent years. Man. I might just have to go with I don't know if I want to go Kyrie or KD. I don't know which one. Either way, one of them I would feel.
See, you're so not. I can't back those up. I mean, they're not bad. They're not bad.
Okay. Who do you got then?
I would just with those guys.
Oh, you probably got LeBron, don't you?
You're damn right.
That's it.
You're damn right. Look, I don't know if you watch. Look, we all watch LeBron. How many calls does he argue and cry and gripe about, and all the things he does, the shenanigans he does during the game? That dude cries more than anybody during a game, and he expects every damn call to go his way.
I rescind my I take mine back. I would go with probably the next man up, Jay, behind LeBron, Draymond Green.
Yes, I was thinking that one too.
So I will officially put my answer in for Draymond.
No, I got one more for you.
Okay.
Big Baby.
Oh, Glenn Davis. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Big Baby.
He's talked more away from the game than he ever did on it.
God, I'll put Glenn Davis up in there, man.
Jack, should we put Kendrick Perkins on there as well?
I was thinking that. See, now we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, because oh man, I'm
not putting Kendall Perkins.
Nothing personal against him, man, but my God, it rubbed me the wrong way the way he talked about Jokic. That really soured me.
Bro, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest. Let's just call it what it is, man. I mean, look, I don't care what anybody says. I'm sorry. Look, LeBron, you're a damn good basketball player. You're the highest. You got the most points. But dude, you cry all the time. And I hate to say this, Luka Doncic.
That's a good one.
Have you ever seen how much he cries to the ref about calls? Bro, stop! Just play the game, Luka. You're a great basketball player. Play the game.
Would we put was it Ben or Rasheed Wallace who got all those technicals? One of those two, which I forget which one it was who got.
I think it was Ben. I'm almost positive it was Ben.
I know. I just do know the last name was Wallace. I just forget which one.
No, I think it was Ben Wallace that did a lot of that.
And also. Oh, God, he just slipped my mind. But it'll come to me in a minute. But, yeah, I got to go. Oh, DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie. He, early in his career.
Boogie has done a little
That's
bit.
all he
But I'm not sure with Kyrie and KD, man. Look.
Yeah.
Them dudes, they cry a little bit, too.
Ooh, okay, John with one I think we forgot about. He said Dwight Howard.
Yeah, Dwight.
Yeah.
I saw him cry more when he was with Orlando.
Orlando.
He did cry a little bit with LA too, but I think he cried more with LA because Kobe was riding his ass.
Oh, yeah, man.
And I think he cried because of Kobe.
So going back to the fumble in the bag, who cheated the bag is Bonilla. He's still getting paid $1 million every year.
Now,
he
definitely cheated the bag.
He's still getting another 10 years. I think he's been retired since like 2001, maybe. Honestly, Jay, I'm just going to go with the New York Mets as a whole because they're still paying Bonilla. And I think Robinson Cano as well and a few other guys. And they haven't played there in at least 3 years minimum. So, I don't know. But John said Kyrie for him. For the biggest crybaby in the. And
again, look, if you want to put him in there, you can put him in there. You can.
All right.
I just think for me, the biggest one of all of them is just got to be LeBron, man.
I understand.
How many memes do you see of him crying? Seriously.
No, it's.
And then we get the worst kept secrets. Don't even get me on the flopping stuff because we're going to talk about that on the next one.
That's a different topic for a different day. But
he cried so much.
Let's go over to football. We've gotten John who said Aaron. He said Aaron freaking Rodgers. How many times did he say he don't have weapons?
That's true. Aaron
that is also the pick for Oz. And let me see if I can find. I don't know if Dustin put one in, but Oz said Aaron Rodgers for sure. So that is who he picked.
You know who else? Can I go golf for a minute? And I hate to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tiger Woods.
Ooh, okay.
Tiger Woods. How many times you see Tiger get pissed off and throwing them clubs in the damn lake? Cursing, doing all the crazy antics that he does when things don't go his way. Yeah, he cried. You know who else, while we're talking about it, and in the world of tennis, what was the dude? John McEnroe.
Okay, yep.
Go back and watch John McEnroe. That dude cried about every little thing.
All right. Hey, and joining the party, Foxborough Frankie C. Frankie, before we get your thoughts in here, man, first off, welcome to episode 365. We're glad to have you on tonight, my friend. Frankie. Well, he's here in spirit.
I have to put my thing up there, man. It's all good.
John said he changed his Yankees picture to a Patriots. He did that last week, to be fair. He did that, I think, last Thursday when their preseason game was coming on. So it's been like that for a minute. But whenever Frankie gets his audio figured out, we'll get him on, of course.
Can I throw one more in there?
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Paul Pierce.
Ooh,
remember when Paul had to be quartered off the court in a wheelchair? He was all crying and pouting.
Oh,
how many times do you see Paul Pierce cry? I see Paul Pierce cry a lot.
That's a good one, brother. That's a good one. All right, Jay, let's move on over. Hold on, let's try it again. Frankie, can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry, boys. My mom tried calling me, and I said, "Mother, I'm on a podcast. You cannot call me at this time."
Said, "Mom, this is a special episode. This is 365.
I told my mom, tune into Unscripted if you want me to answer your questions.
Oh, that's great. Well, Frankie,
I think he said, Mijo, I gave birth to you, Mijo. You take my calls when I call you.
Yeah, she probably is going to say that when I call her back at the end of the show.
Hey, Frankie, next time you see her, watch out for that chancleta. I'm just saying, you know what's coming.
Chancleta, man. I'm going to have to run from the machete.
Oh, Lord, sweet Jesus.
Oh, man. All right. Well, Frankie, first off, how you doing tonight, man? How are you doing on this special episode?
I'm doing great. You know, I spent the day cleaning my house, took care of my kids. My girls are finally going potty on the big girl potty. So, you know, it's a big accomplishment today.
Wait a minute. Avery's past that point. Are we talking about the twins?
Yeah, I'm talking about the twins. It's really hard to try and potty train twins, but now we got it locked down that both girls are going potty in the big girl potty. And it's a big achievement here today.
You know what? I could just see Frankie potty training too, man. Drawing block diagrams.
Yeah.
Step 1, step 2, step 3.
Well, with these girls, you got to throw in candies as treats.
Oh,
so they go potty.
You got to have some incentives.
Yeah.
Sanders, since you mentioned it earlier, yes, Frankie, can you go ahead and confirm you're going to be a member of our new network, the Elite Sports Entertainment Network? So yes, Sander was asking, so...
Yeah, I am going to be a reigning, defending member of our new network that will be coming out.
Yes.
Wherever my boys go, I go. You know, I don't go anywhere without my boys in Unscripted. They brought me into this, and we're going to ride it out together. And whatever we do as a team. All
right. Well, Frankie, we've already done a few topics, but if you want to get in there real quick, we've done the biggest bag fumble in the MLB, the NFL, and NBA. So if you have any of those off the top of your head, go ahead and throw them out there. And we just got done with the biggest crybaby as well.
I did hear Jay about the LeBron James, the crybaby. Biggest bag fumble for MLB has got to be the New York Mets. You know, a team that went out and spent so much money, more money than the New York Yankees. Normally, it's the Yankees that spend a lot of money. We did spend a lot of money still, but not as more as the Mets. And then they went on a, trade deadline frenzy and just gave away everybody. You know, you gave away both your aces and Verlander and Scherzer. So it's kind of like a rebuild mode for the New York Mets and their franchise. You said for NFL and NBA as well?
Yeah. Yes. All three of the major sports.
NFL, oh man, I really can't say just yet. You know, we're just underway with the NFL. If we're gonna talk.
It can be in years past. Also, it does not have to be current day. It can be whenever.
Yeah. So if we're talking last season, it's 100% got to be the Houston, Texas. I mean, that's like dog water, garbage. I mean, it's expected. Normally it would be the Detroit Lions, but they turned their season around towards the end of the season. But it's got to be the Houston Texans. And after what I've seen in preseason week 1 with their starters and with their new quarterback in C.J. Stroud, I don't think that they're gonna, be efficient this year than everybody expect them to be. Maybe in a couple more years, but for right now, it's got to be the Houston Texans. And for NBA, I want to say the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
Honestly, I want to say the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, it's real sad for Greg Popovich. This is the guy that took the San Antonio Spurs to the highest limit. Like, they were always up there with the Celtics and the Lakers and, other teams like that. Even with the Golden State Warriors, when they were coming out high, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs in the playoffs at some point. But right now, they're just like a bottom-feeding team, and they're like literally right there with the Houston Rockets and the Detroit Pistons. I'm going to have to say it's got to be the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
Are you talking about, are we throwing the fumble in the bag?
Yeah.
Can I just put one in there too? I know.
Go ahead.
Can I put one more? Can we put Carmelo Anthony in there?
Oh, you think he fumbled the bag?
Right? No. Oh, excuse me. Not fumble in the bag.
Crybaby.
I apologize. I meant crybaby.
Okay, Carmelo. Yeah, Carmelo was always talking to the refs. That's a good one. That's
fumbling the bag though. I agree. I don't know if I agree that the Houston Rockets are fumbling the bag because I think that they got the right coach now, and I think they got a lot of good players. So I think the Houston Rockets. Now, I will say this: they fumble the bag if they suck really bad this year, like they did last year. Then they fumble. But I don't think they quite fumbled the bag just yet.
And
but
we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so back to the current day topic here. Biggest crybaby in the National Football League. John Suggs, he took mine. Terrell Owens.
Oh, jeez, Louise, yes.
But he said, and better yet, number one is, drumroll, Cowboys fans. Just in general. Just Cowboy fans. Read between the lines, yeah.
That's some horse shit.
Hey,
horse stuff. That's some horse stuff. That's some horse stuff. Come on, you can't just say Cowboys fans, man. Look, you're gonna say Cowboys fans.
I mean, he's got a point.
Is he wrong though?
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, this.
We defend our team. We don't cry. I haven't cried. I defend my team.
I know you have.
Yeah, this is besides Jay. Let's be realistic here. I know Jay. We all know Jay's a real Cowboys fan, but like those true, like Jay. I'm not saying you're not a true Cowboy, but what I'm trying to say is like other true Cowboy fans around the world, they still go out and be like, "Yo, this is our year. This is our year," and then you guys the fumble the bag at the end of the year, and then they start crying. Well, we'll be there next year.
Hey, but you know what? If we're going to put the Cowboys fans, we got to put the Yankees fans in there too because, look, it's been 09, and you still are at square one. So I'll admit, yeah, okay, if that's the route we're going, okay.
Yes, but we don't cry.
So John said, Jay, in response, he said, you don't cry because you don't got high hopes.
Not right now. To be honest with you, if I'm being honest with you, I really don't have high hopes. I honestly really don't. And it's not because I don't love my Cowboys. It's just because I look at the team and I don't think we've done enough to get us there. I don't think we've done enough.
So let's get our thoughts. Who is your biggest crybaby? I'm going to start it off. For me, I got to go Brett Favre.
Brett Favre was a whiny baby.
And this is on the field, not off the field. Off the field, we already know. We don't talk about what he's done off the field. My God. But on the field, my God, on the field, he was –
I think you guys are gonna love mine. When I come up, you guys are gonna love who I
say.
Okay,
Jay, who do you have? We'll keep yours for the main.
I'm going. You know who I'm going to go with? Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's been a popular pick.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, that's an obvious. It's not. I mean, that's just an obvious. Like Brett Favre is obvious. So is he. He's obvious.
Yeah, that is what Oz said as well. So Frankie, who do you have? Who is your biggest crybaby in the NFL?
I got Cam Newton.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Cam did a little bit crying too. Cam did do some crying. But T.O. was, I mean, come on. Oh, no, I think you had it earlier. I think Antonio Brown was a big crier.
I think
you can't take off your jersey and stomp like a little kid off the damn thing and don't think you're a crybaby.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good pick.
John Suggs, I got Cam over Kaepernick because Kaepernick's not really a crybaby. He's trying to fight his way back into the NFL. It's the NFL that's not giving him a shot to come back into the NFL. He's not crying. The man is honestly fighting his life to try and get back in.
There's difference.
He had controversy on him.
That's true. All right, let's go over to the MLB. Who's the biggest crybaby you've seen in baseball? We'll go, Jay. We'll let you go with this one.
Crybaby in baseball, man. God, I don't know. Let me come back to me on that one, please. I'm torn right now. Hold on.
All right, Frankie.
I'm gonna say a New York Yankee player. I think Garrett Cole is a big crybaby.
Ooh.
I mean, win or lose, the man is literally always pissed at something. I mean, he's winning a game, and if he messes up a pitch or something like that, he's always crying in the dugout. I see the man honestly all the time, so I think Garrett Cole's the biggest crybaby.
Okay.
And
I'm
I
gonna
love
go
the
old
man.
school. I'm gonna go old school with mine. Give me Pudge Rodriguez. That dude was always yelling at the umps. Don't matter what team he played for. If he didn't get a call he didn't like, he'd let you know about it.
Yeah, I want, and Frankie's gonna hate me for this, man.
Oh no.
But this guy he really did have a lot of outbursts with Paul O'Neill. And Frankie's gonna be mad at me. But
Nah, he did beat up a few water coolers in his day.
Paul has some issues.
Another one too, in recent years, Madison Bumgarner. Here in the last couple of years, he's really been he's been doing something.
Can we throw Barry Bonds in there?
Ooh, Barry. I don't see why not.
I mean, seriously.
Hey, John said Bobby Cox, and I mean he leads the baseball in ejections all time by a far and wide range. So yeah, about to say Bobby
Cox. But if we're gonna throw Bobby Cox in there, just go ahead and throw Tommy Lasorda in.
And Tony La Russa. You got to throw a few other guys in there. See, I don't know if I count managers. We're talking about players. You know what I mean? Because we see managers get ejected constantly, but players who were
And I hate to say this, because I love this player, and I'm fighting for tooth and nail to get him into the Hall of Fame before he dies. But I am going to say Pete Rose. I am going to say Pete.
Putting him back, okay.
Yeah, he got a 30-day suspension as a manager after shoving an umpire during an argument. Come on, on a game ending call. I mean, Pete let his feelings. Pete was never one to hide his feelings. Can we say that? Hide his feelings.
And John also.
Yeah, Derek
Jeter. Frankie, would you agree with that? I know you're muted right now.
No.
You want to say DJ?
No. He's insane for even throwing Derek Jeter's name in there. Derek Jeter wasn't a hothead. He really wasn't.
Can we say Gary Sheffield?
Oh, the man with the bat wiggle? You gonna roll with him?
He frequently was whiny, almost to the point of being dumb about it.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary was a whiner. Gary was a little bit of a whiner.
All right. Hey, I can respect it. All right, let's keep moving. We're halfway through our topics here. Let's go with the worst kept secret in NBA.
Oh, yeah, I got two.
The worst kept secret from our boy, Dustin. He said Victor Wembanyama getting drafted. We all kind of do that. I would say.
I hope Victor pans out.
I would say for me, personally, I would say the Trae Young for Luka Doncic trade. I saw that one coming from a mile away. Because, I mean, the Hawks, since day one, they were looking at him. And, so I knew that one was going to be coming. That one wasn't a big shock for the NBA. Frankie, what is your worst kept secret? Is it James Harden wanting to leave everywhere?
No, it's actually, I'm going to go back old school. It's
okay.
It's when the Trailblazers traded away Kobe Bryant to the LA Lakers.
Wow.
Oh, you talking about the Hornets?
It was a Hornets.
Yeah,
it was a Hornets.
Yeah. Oh, for Vladdy Divac.
Yep. And if the Hornets would have never did that, they would have been champions.
Now, you might not be wrong there, brother. Oh man. So those are the worst kept secrets. That one, that was pretty good there. Let's go over to let's do the MLB this time.
Hold on, can I say my worst secrets? I ain't even saying that yet.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
The worst kept secrets. I didn't go yet.
All right, go ahead.
So I got two of them. Number one was your boy Frankie Tom Brady, who said holding.
Wait, we're
doing NFL.
We're doing basketball.
Oh, we're doing basketball?
Yeah, we're doing basketball.
Okay, well, I didn't go basketball yet either. So Okay, that goes to my number 2. We'll come back to Tom Brady when we get to football. NBA was the worst kept secret is, are you going to tell me that flopping is not the worst best secret? Everybody knows that LeBron flops. Everybody knows LeBron flops. But sometimes you get called on a flop. Sometimes you don't. But a lot of times there's a lot of flops that get called as fouls, and damn good well they're flops. So much to the point now where they had to come on the second go round of it to say that you're going to penalize flopping. So flopping is the worst, best kept secret in the NBA.
Okay. All right, Frank. All right, so let's see. We got everyone for. Let's see. Yeah, for that one. Let's keep it moving. Let's do. Let's go baseball. Worst kept secret in baseball. I'll go. I'll go the steroid trials and how people keep saying they didn't do them when we all know they did. I mean, it's just been proven. Like, who's the main one? Was it Kurt Schilling, I believe, who like to this day denies it, and there's like clear cut evidence. Yeah,
I don't know how you deny that.
And when there's actual physical proof in court and all, so that's the worst, maybe the worst kept one in baseball. For me. Frankie, what about you?
Sorry, give me a second.
Oh, no, you're all good. Jay, we'll go ahead and kick it over to you then while Frankie gets situated.
There's a couple of worst secrets about baseball. The first secret is Astros would have never been caught with the trash can had Fires not been traded to another team.
Oakland, yeah.
Yeah. He gets traded to Oakland, gets butthurt about it, and then wants to start being a squealer. That's the first worst, best kept secret. The second best kept secret, I think, in baseball is the strike zone. Everybody knows those damn balls ain't no balls or strikes, and the ones that are strikes are balls. That everybody knows that there is no. I guess the worst. I guess the best way to say it is everybody knows that there's no true strike zone. It's all up to the interpretation of the umpire. That's the worst secret.
Hey, just look at Angel Hernandez, man.
Jeez,
all of us have been screwed by him. He's still.
Yeah, I don't like Angel Hernandez.
He's still out there.
Like, how have they not gotten this guy out of the circuit? They got to know this guy doesn't know how to call a strike for a damn or a ball.
Bro, I have no idea. I got no clue. Frankie, are you still gone? Okay,
we'll come back to Frankie.
Yeah, we'll get back to Frankie. So, Jay, final topic here. Oh no, sorry, we didn't get NFL. My bad. So go ahead and go with yours. I know you said Tom Brady.
Yes, everybody knows. Look, Tom Brady came out and said the worst kept secret in the NFL is holding. Every single offensive play in the NFL, there's always people holding, whether it be on the defensive side or the offensive side. It just determines on when the NFL or when the referee wants to actually call it. And so to think that holding isn't going on every single play that's involved in the NFL is ludicrous to think that. And so that's the worst secret, the fact that people think that holding is only every now and then. No, it's every single play. According to Tom Brady, it's every single play.
Okay, that's not a bad one. I'm going to go with Sean Payton coming back to coach. That was, I mean, we all kind of saw that coming. Once the rumors started kicking around, and you just knew it was going to actually happen.
Not like that one John Suggs just said. Yeah,
he said the NFL's owners don't or didn't want
to
hire black coaches. That's why. I mean, that's why they have a rule. It's the Rooney Rule. That's why they made it. And that was just for the hiring process or the interview process. Excuse me, not even for the hiring.
The Rooney Rule was just to justify that. Hey, we interviewed him. We did what you asked of us. We're not going to hire him. So that's and I get. There's a lot of players that hate the Rooney Rule. And I understand why they hate the Rooney Rule, because the Rooney Rule was just created to make it look like the NFL was having equality, but they don't really have equality, because just because you have a rule doesn't mean you're going to get hired. It just means that we're following the process that's laid out before us. But we already know who we're going to hire, right? I think the New York thing where they hired Dable, even though they brought, was it Flores that got brought in?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. So that just shows you right then and there that the Rooney Rule is just there as a quote unquote, check the box kind of thing. But yet, we really know who we're hiring. Yeah.
Okay. And then Frankie, who's your picks for the worst kept secret in both baseball and football?
Shit, I don't know about baseball. Maybe like I don't know. I gotta agree with both of you. One said I know one of you guys said steroids. The other one said umpire
Yeah, okay.
striking balls. I mean,
Okay.
they're both. I honestly I don't know.
I can't tell you how many times Frankie will text me or message me and be like, Jay, you see the way these dudes are calling. You know how many times Frankie gets pissed off at the umpires, the way they call the strike zone? And Frankie knows that that's the worst kept secret in the MLB, is that there is no true strike zone. It's just the interpretation of the guy calling the game that specific night. And even then, he may have certain strike zones for certain players.
I forgot that umpire. I forgot that umpire.
Angel Hernandez.
No, not him. It was the one that Aaron Boone got ejected for, and he did the
I forgot.
He drew the line and stuff like that. I forgot who he faced, but he drew the line on the freaking thing and did the little owl shit, like imitating him and stuff. But he's not the first one. Like Joe Girardi got in that guy's face as well when he was
That's true.
a home play umpire. He's terrible. He's one of the terrible guys like ever.
That's a good point. That is
I think his name is like Louis something.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell for me. I'm sorry, but yeah. I mean, that's a good point. Good point, and all. All right, last topic, guys. This is as Oz put it, the least likely to succeed. Someone who was wrote off and wound up being near goated. So someone who thought was just going to be a scrub, but turned out being pretty darn good.
Ooh.
So,
everybody goes first. Can I go first? Because Frankie's going to say my.
I already know who. I might have an idea who yours is going to be.
No, go ahead, Frankie. Go ahead.
Go ahead. For which sport?
We'll go football first. I already know what your answer might be. And is it the same with John Suggs?
Who's my answer? No, it's not gonna be Tom Brady. No.
All right. Who you got?
I love Tom Brady so much, but no, I'm not gonna go.
Can I just say mine? You tell me if that's the one you were thinking of.
Go ahead.
Geno Smith.
Nope.
Ooh. Okay. Who do you got then, Frankie?
Brock Purdy.
Ah.
A guy who got drafted as Mr. Irrelevant and took over the starting position of the San Francisco 49ers. And he had a broken injury, I think an arm or a leg.
Yeah, he messed up his arm or his elbow.
He did something, and the man still, within like a short time span, is still being called a starter for the 49ers this year.
That's true. Well, apparently Trey Lance must really suck.
Hey, and Jay, let me give a cheap plug real quick. I just came across this on Facebook. Former guest of the show, Daniel Kelly, he actually got his article he wrote up about Trey Lance here on The Herd with Colin Cowherd. They did a little segment on there, and Cowherd spoke about it. I'll read a little excerpt about it so y'all can go check it out. This is what our boy Daniel Kelly said about Trey Lance. He said, Lance looked like a rookie as a starter. He appeared unsure of himself, which often caused him to hold the ball for too long. He didn't look like he saw the field well enough or trusted his receivers. Lance didn't sparkle against small college competition, a huge red flag, so it's not surprising the 49ers are now stuck with fool's gold.
Yeah, I think Daniel kind of called that one on the head. And
to be fair, this isn't recent. He's been saying this since he was in
college. He said that since before the draft. And be honest with you, look at it now. If Trey Lance was worth a damn, Brock Purdy wouldn't be starting.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
I mean, damn. I mean, he's been there long enough that he should be the quote-unquote star. Especially since Garoppolo left, it opened the door for him. And the fact that he's still number 2 on the depth chart, and I think that even Sam Darnold might pass him on the damn depth chart.
Yeah. Who knows, right? Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded by the trade deadline this year.
But who's going to want him?
Anyone at that time with a quarterback injured and they're in the backup situation and they're so horrible that they're going to go a different route. Somebody will go after Trey Lance.
I mean, I understand that, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, I guess if you look at it that direction, okay. But at the same time, I mean, wow.
Look at that quarterback. I forgot his name, but he got drafted to Arizona, and he's been with like 12 different teams already. He was Tom Brady's backup at some point in Tampa Bay. Ryan something. I forgot his name.
Fitzpatrick.
No, not Ryan Fitzpatrick. No.
Tannehill.
No. It's
too many Ryans.
Yeah, I'll look it up and I'll tell you guys at the end of the show.
Okay.
I will say this, though. I really feel like Geno Smith is somebody that, was in, New York. And then after that whole New York debacle out there with him, kind of dissipated into no man's land to the point where I started following. I wasn't sure if he was still in the league or not in the league. And then I see him pop up over there in Seattle doing something crazy, and now he's getting his big extension. I mean, Brock Purdy's a good choice, no doubt about it. I mean, you can even say Tom Brady because where Tom Brady was drafted is a damn good choice. But Geno Smith is somebody who was in the league.
Yeah.
Was drafted high. We thought great things of him, and then fell off into no man's land, and then comes back and reemerges and recreates everything. And now we're thinking completely, totally different about this guy.
Yeah. So Billy Buzz Smith, also what's going on tonight, Billy? He said Trey is not the 49ers nugget.
Oh, no.
So John Suggs also has a few good options here for his least likely to succeed. John Randall ranks second among all NFL D tackles with 137.5 sacks. 7-time Pro Bowl selection, member of the Hall of Fame. He is one of the greatest undrafted players of all time. He also has Willie Brown and Kurt Warner.
I like Kurt Warner because that dude literally went from bagging groceries to being the head cog of a Super Bowl team. So
yeah, that's a good one.
And the other guy, who was the kick returner for the Saints that actually started out as a UPS delivery guy, gets picked up by them, and then becomes their biggest kick returner, punt returner ever. I think he's scoring touchdowns right and left.
Josh Rosen.
Was that guy?
No, it wasn't Rosen. I got the quarterback for Brady. Was it Johnson? It was like Michael Johnson or something Johnson, I think.
Man. I'm not sure. I'll look around.
But you know what I'm talking about? I mean, you know the guy that was like the UPS guy, then all of a sudden he becomes the greatest kick returner ever in
Yes. Okay, Jay, I see it here. Michael Lewis.
Thank you.
That is Michael Lewis. He let's see, yes. He was a Budweiser, he was a Budweiser truck driver.
Or Budweiser. Okay, well that's even better. Let's get some beer out of it. But.
So that so that's a good one. For me, I'm going to go, and this is also just kind of recency. Shannon Sharp, drafted in I think the 7th or 8th round, came out of Savannah State, which, I mean, if you're not from Georgia, you don't have any clue where that's at.
No, you really honestly don't.
I mean, Savannah State is a very, very small school.
Well, if that's the case, though, you can say a guy like Tony Romo. Tony Romo wasn't drafted. He was an undrafted guy. Went on. I mean, he didn't get a Super Bowl with the Cowboys, but he certainly got him to the playoffs. And as an undrafted guy,
he did. Yeah, he had a good career. He had a solid career. All right, yeah. So those were good for football. Everyone's got their piece in, right? Yeah,
we're all good here, Logan.
All right, cool. Let's go over to basketball with the least likely to succeed. Whoever's got on their brain first, go ahead.
Kevin Durant.
Really? Really? Well, you got KD.
Well, that's just Frankie showing shade in there, man.
Now, Frankie, that was your pick for Crybaby, wasn't it?
Crybaby and less likely to succeed. Let's be realistic here. If he would never went to Golden State, he would never have a ring.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. Hey, you know who I think is less likely to succeed? Who had all of everything given to him? I'm going to go back to Zion. I think Zion has been given everything, and I don't think he's going to succeed. I think he's going to basically wash out of the league, and I don't think he's going to be as good because he can't stay on the court. If you can't stay on the court, how are you going to succeed?
Yeah, not a bad point. Not at all. All right. Well, hey, man, that's good. That's good ones. So we went kind of different with this one. This one we went more so just guys we don't think are going to be doing much. Okay. Well, let's see. Least likely to succeed. If Draymond never leaves Golden State, he ain't doing nothing. That's for sure. Who else is least likely to succeed?
What about Chet Holmgren? What do you think about him? Is he going
I can't say nothing. He ain't played a game. I can't. It's hard to say anything. So Jay, actually, it might be something different. Billy Bell Smith says UPS. It was Parmalee, Bernie Parmalee, which I'm not sure. I have to look up who's Parmalee. He might have been a guy who also Jay might have been a UPS driver or something. Let me look. Wikipedia page. I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly. But we appreciate it, though, Billy. We always do. All right. Well, hey. So that's the NBA version for that one. Biggest, like I said, least likely to succeed. There's a lot of man. There's a lot of options for that one.
Man, yeah, the thing about the NBA, man, is there is a lot of guys who should have been. I mean,
I think Victor Wembanyama is gonna be unsuccessful.
Ooh,
you think so? Because
I really do.
I mean, it's for me, it's too early to tell with Victor. I just feel like Chet Holmgren is going to be one of those injury-plagued guys. I don't know why, Logan. I feel that way. For me, I don't know if it's a frame issue that I think his frame is just not built for the NBA. Which I say the same thing about Victor Wembanyama. I feel like right now his frame is not built for the NBA. But if either one of those two guys can bulk up a little bit, I think maybe they have a better chance. But I think there's a lot of pressure on both of those guys to do something big, and I am not 100% sold on either one of them, to be honest with you.
Well,
but I will say Victor had one bad game. His first game in the preseason was bad, but then his second game, I think he redeemed himself. What he scored like 21 points, I think nine rebounds, something like that. So he had a better second game, but then they pulled him after that. So he only played like 2 games in the summer league, right?
He didn't play a whole lot, but
so I think the jury on him has got to be out until we see more from him. And I really hope he puts some weight on that frame. I don't think with the frame that he currently has that he can be sustainable in the NBA. It can work over there in the European League all day long, but I don't think he's going to be able to bang with the guys in the NBA and be sustainable at that weight class that he's in right now.
Hey, we will see. But let's move on to our final topic, final category here. Least likely to succeed in Major League Baseball. For me, Jay, I went old school with it again. I went with Mike Piazza, who was drafted because of a favor, because his dad and Tommy Lasorda knew each other. So,
right.
I mean, like I said, drafted super, super late, the 62nd round, for God's sake, and became, arguably one of the best hitting catchers in baseball. At Hall of Fame, we all know the whole ordeal with that. So, yeah, a guy who got drafted just because, my dad knows someone. And had a great career. So I think that was my pick for least likely to succeed for baseball.
Oh, I got a good one, but I'm going to let Frankie go. Frankie, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
You could go.
Jose Altuve.
I had a feeling.
You want to know why? He's a very interesting story, Jose. He wasn't drafted, and he wasn't recruited out of all the South American continents. I forget where Altuve is actually from. I want to say he's Venezuelan, I believe, but he wasn't recruited, in the South American, and he wasn't drafted. He basically showed up on the Astros' doorstep, saying, "Hey, look, give me a shot, give me a tryout. Let me prove to you that I can do something." Now, this kid stands about 5'6", weighs maybe barely, 150, soaking wet. And just shows up on the doorstep saying, "Hey, give me a shot." Well, they gave him a shot. Look where he's at now. Literally, this is a kid that just shows up on the doorstep with nothing behind him.
So he's out of Venezuela.
Yeah,
where he's from.
That's what I thought he was Venezuela, but I wasn't 100% on that. But I'm just saying the kid shows up on the doorstep. Number one, he's undersized. They don't know anything about him, and he's just begging for a shot. Now, if that's not rags to riches, I don't know what is, Logan.
That's a good story. And I remember, I think I watched a documentary years ago about him, and just kind of his journey. It is a really good story. No doubt about that.
It's a good story, I promise.
No doubt.
Hold on.
Frankie?
So, Jay, you think Jose Altuve is less likely to succeed?
No. I mean, like from where he started out. There was nobody knew if he was going to succeed or not.
Right.
I mean, the kid was basically nobody.
But this is an award for less likely to succeed.
So,
okay, then all right.
Well, if you want to, so Oz put a different meaning for us, but if you want to, because he put it as someone who really had no expectations, but really climbed up the ranks, you know what I mean, and had a good career. But if you really just do someone who you think isn't going to do a whole lot, or it might be washed, now is that time also.
I mean, all right, I didn't know it was like that. I mean, the way it sounds, less likely to succeed.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. No, yeah.
Right, who
I mean,
currently
now-
is in there that you think is less likely to succeed?
I mean, now the way you explained it on how Oz wanted it to go, then yeah, okay, I follow what Jay says with
Right,
Jose
right.
Altuve. Because I was gonna say, Jay, how can you put your man down there like less likely
Yeah.
to succeed? He won two World Series. He's honestly,
No, I know. No.
he's honestly one of the best.
No, because actually that was kind of the way I was going at first, but then I saw Oz put his pick in there. I'm thinking like, okay, well maybe I'm reading it wrong. So that's why I went that way.
John put Josh Hamilton, which man,
He did kind of ruin his career with
he
the
had
Rangers.
an up and down career because he got drafted high, then he had some off the field issues, came back, won I think an MVP, was played really well for a few seasons, and then injuries and also just off the field stuff again to end his career. So the definition of an up and down career for Hamilton.
But I will give you another one since we're going. I will give you both two candidates. So I went to one direction with Jose Altuve. I'm gonna give you another Jose, same organization, who had a phenomenal first year, and after that he went to complete crap. Was Jose Lima.
Oh, I forgot about that.
If you don't remember Lima time, and he had all these commercials with Taco Bell about Lima time, this, that, and the other. That he had one good year, and then he went to complete total dog shit, dog poo poo, my friend, dog poo poo. So I'll put Jose Lima in that category that I think was least likely to succeed because it looked like he was going to do something, and then he fizzled out and didn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good pick. Frankie, do you have any other names you'll throw out there before we wrap up the show tonight, my friend?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow through. Sorry, I'm rolling up. I'm gonna follow through with the name of the award, with less likely to succeed, not because of Oz's way of saying it, but because of the name of what we're going through. I'm gonna have to say, New York Yankees' very own Luis Severino.
Ooh.
This is a man who came in expected to be a high caliber pitcher. He honestly had a really good fastball. His miles per hour was up there at like 97, 98, and then he just progressed to being an injured-prone pitcher who right now is having trouble finding his mechanic and finding his pitch zone, and he's just absolutely terrible. I'm talking about a guy who has an ERA of probably over 8 right now.
Yeah, that's a good option. Good option. Man, all right. Hey, well, I think that about wraps it up here, gentlemen. We first ever award show, like I said. I'm sure we'll have another one. We got to come up with a different one. He said, John said, Frankie, do you have him over Brian Taylor, drafted out of the high schools, going to the Yankees? John says, only reason I know is because he is from my state. Who is that?
For less likely to succeed? I mean,
I believe so, yes.
if he hasn't made it to the major leagues yet, I can't even say it.
Is he talking about him or hold on?
Well, he could but he actually can't.
No. So,
he's actually predicting now that he won't succeed. So that actually does fit the spirit of the award because if he's drafted high and doesn't succeed.
So I actually looked him up. Brian Taylor is a guy who was drafted in the first round back in 1991 to the Yankees, but in his career went 22-30 and a 5.12 ERA.
Yeah.
Comes out of Beaufort, North Carolina, which I'm assuming is who John is looking for. Yes, 1991. Yeah, so that's who it is. Yeah, so drafted out of high school. He didn't do. Yeah, he had a.
I wasn't even born in 1991.
Yeah, and I'm with you there.
You youngins, me and John Suggs are probably old enough to be both your daddies.
Probably. But,
yeah, you're old. You're like almost older than my dad. I don't even know how old. I don't even know how old you are, honestly.
Hey, I'll be 51 on September 20th. I'll be 50. So I'm a month away from 51.
Yeah, so my dad's like a couple years older than you.
Yeah, he might be a little bit older than me, but I saw your pops. He looks in pretty good shape for his age.
Not anymore.
Oh man. Well, guys, this is the first ever Unscripted Award Show. Just give your final thoughts on today's show as well as celebrating 365 episodes of Unscripted. Go ahead, Jay McCloughan.
Yeah, absolutely. Number one, I'm glad that Frankie was able to make this show because he is a He's a founding follower and founding member of this organization that we're creating. And it's just really nice to have my boy Frankie here. I wasn't sure if he was going to be here, Frank. I didn't know if you're going to be here, but I'm glad you're here, man, because it wouldn't have been a good show had it not been the three amigos that started this thing off. And like I said before, man, we're 365 episodes in. I'm looking for the next 365 and beyond. And I think as long as these three guys stay together and we stay true to our mission and our goal and keep putting out good sports content, the sky's the limit for all of us. And again, I'm gonna put this out there: anybody who thinks they have what it takes to be a sports podcaster and or cooking, movies, anything in the entertainment world that you want to create a show for yourself that you think you have what it takes, reach out to all of the Unscripted platforms and even the Unscripted page. And message us, and we'll get in touch with you, and we'll see what we can work out.
No doubt. Frankie, your final thoughts?
Yeah, everything entertainment except porn.
We're not going that extreme.
Yeah, we're not gonna go that route like some networks around here. But my final thoughts is preseason week 2's here. We are here, guys. Only one more week of preseason, and then regular season right around the corner. Right now, we got the Eagles and the Browns playing, and the Eagles are up 3-2.
Weird, a real barn burner.
Yeah, that's a really weird score, but
it's a baseball score.
Other than that, our fantasy football league is locked in. It is locked down. It is complete. Our Sunday draft night at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Central. I can't wait. Like I told my boys, I'm on top of this one because we're doing something special with this fantasy league, and I'm trying to go inaugural and be inaugural champion for this belt that we're about to bring out.
I'd say an actual championship we're gonna have made. Like I said, in the early stages of it, we're still figuring out designs and whatnot. So when the designs get made, whenever Jay gets the blueprints for it, whenever we get that thing custom made, feel like a boxing world title, it's gonna look real sweet.
It is going to look sweet. It's going to look
nice.
It almost looks like the WBC boxing belt.
Yeah, man. Hey,
put the Unscripted plate on it instead.
I was about to say, put it over your fireplace, bring it to wrestling shows, defend it against people. So, man, it's going to be fun, man. But, yeah, man, 365. We filled up the whole calendar year with shows. There's no telling how many have gotten taken down over the years of just various reasons, but we're counting this one officially as 365. But man, it's been a fun time. It's been, we've had a lot of great guests on. Went through a few networks, met some great people along the way. Of course, shout out to both Jay, you, and Frankie for always being here, as well as all the other people we've had on the show in years and months past. It's always been a blast, man. Like I said, first 365 were really good, man. We've really ramped things up with production, with audio, with visuals. But the next 365, man, we're taking this thing next level. Of course, with our brand new network. And Jay, what do you got there?
Hey, I do want to say one thing before we get out of here. This show and what we do is nothing without the people that have commented out over the 365 episodes. So one thing I want to do before we get out of here is say the guys like John Suggs,
Billy,
Mickey Delaney, Anthony Price, Billy Buzz, all and there's a lot more people than just that, but Joshua Bailey, look, if you comment on this show, you know who you are, man. And again, man, we love you guys. We appreciate talking with you guys, commenting with you guys. And this show is nothing without the people that hang out with us and talk with us, man. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, you guys keep us going, and it's always a pleasure talking sports with you. And here in the very near future, like I said, we don't have a release date quite yet. Here in the very near future, talking sports as well as entertainment with myself, Jay, Frankie, and our two newest members, Oz and Dustin Reese, a.k.a. the Stat Guy, officially on the team. And, man, we're so pumped to have them on officially and to bring them on and see what they can do for our network. Well, guys, we appreciate you all for coming on tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. 365 episodes in the books. Getting ready for another 365. We're going to end the show with the intro tonight. That way you guys can see the new logo and everything else. But like I said, we appreciate all the love. Be sure if you like the show, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to get bigger, better from here. So check us out. Don't miss out on the growth we're going to be doing because it is going to be insane. Like I said, Jay, Frankie, appreciate you guys for all the work we've done for over the years. Absolute pleasure, my friends. And here's to another 365, all right? All right, good work, guys. Let's get it going. Final outro, and we'll see you guys on Saturday for episode 366. We'll talk to you then.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the new stuff. You cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon now. Sharp as many, but got hard, I'm ready to change. Scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, 'cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
you are not as tough as